Let's let's get it, folks.
I swore I'd never be my father. I hold my son and pray I'll be stronger. I gotta break the cycle. I gotta break the chains. They tell me I changed, but I still feel the same. What do I do when I feel alone and weak? When my body starts giving up on me, and I remember who I've been fighting for. Listen to please don't work anymore. Can I let go? Can I let go of letting go?
All right, folks. Well, here we are again tonight. Hope everybody enjoyed the intro. I chose that video or that song for this interesting broadcast tonight. So, a little shooken up, got a lot on my mind, and I'm glad you guys are here tonight. So, it's not going to be your typical program here on Visual Disturbance. I just want to say thank you all so very much for your time tonight. So much. So tonight, we're going to talk about this insane world. The world just feels off. Everything feels off. Everything. And then on the other hand, I'm going to talk about the ego trip, this evilness across our land, the spiritual disease that is haunting our society. Tonight is not going to be for entertainment purposes only. A lot of times we'll goof off here and joke around. Through this program, I might say a few little sarcastic things, what have you. But tonight, you're going to get the real Visual Disturbance, the real Brian Reese, and I pray that you'll give me a little bit of your time tonight. That's what I pray for. So thank you for allotting some of your time. I know a lot of you all have a busy schedule, and coming out and hanging out with me here on the YouTube platform here with Visual Disturbance World, I thank you abundantly. So speaking of ego, speaking of father, daddy, the other day I was telling you guys about my dad. I think about him. It hasn't really hit me, but my father is not doing too good. And that's not really what we're going to be talking about tonight. Your ego, you can just feel it with everything. And today, big shout out to John Pounders. Big shout out to John Pounders today. Pounders Quest, go check it out if you get an opportunity. Facebook post I seen today. I might have vision issues, but I see comments, okay, folks? And I'm going to address something. We've done it several times on this channel, okay? Let me explain something. If somebody shares something of my content and says, go check this out, and then somebody directly goes back and says, I can't watch him. I can't see his eyes. He's a deceiver. Let me ask you a question. If you go out in the city or out in your world, wherever you live, do you go up to a blind man if he has a medical condition and he doesn't have eyeballs because they had to extract them? Do you ask him Where's your eyeballs? I can't trust you. I can't see your eyes. What in the world are you talking about? What has happened? What is wrong with our society? Like, for real. Where are we? Where are we? I hope you can hear me. Where are we? I've said it many times on here, it's a heart issue. A heart issue. Let me tell you a story. The person out there, hopefully you can articulate this, and I'm not coming off as sarcastic. I have a vision issue. I have a balance issue. I had trauma to my brain. I have put emphasis on this on several platforms. I don't really want to reiterate it and bring it back up here tonight. But for everybody in the visual disturbance world, in 2019, I fell off a truck. I had pre-existing milk bottles and crates hit my skull, and I fell and hit the ground. The first 2 years of my new way of living, I fail all the time. I couldn't function. A man has a lot of pride in him when he just loves to do his job 6 days a week, 70 hours plus a week, probably even more and sometimes. An endurer, a survivalist, a person that puts the food on the table, food and raiment. Okay? For your family, that's what I did. Well, in 2019, I fell off a truck. Trauma, okay, to the brain. Now I got to live with vision issues and live with balance issues. These glasses are slip-on. They go over my glasses, my pre-existing. I got sunglasses that I wear when I go out in public. I wear these blue light filtering glasses when I'm on these stupid screens because I can barely see. But guess what? You're talking to somebody that's fighting something on a daily basis. But you want to come in with full-blown artillery and causing a stir because your heart is not in the right place. I don't wish anything that's happened to me on anybody else in this reality. Can we get that clear? It is so dark. It is demented. It is so beyond understanding why people keep asking. These are vision therapy slip-on glasses that my doctor gave them to me. That's why the channel is called Visual Disturbance. I thought we could play off of that when I created this channel and live with what I have to endure. The pain, the trauma, the anguish that I go through. This is why we can't put shows up as much as I possibly can, because I'm either laying in the bed because I can't function on a set up world like you see me today. I can't push myself. Does anybody hear me? Laying around. My wife hears me complain by every single day. My teeth are falling out of my head because of the trauma and the anguish and the grinding that I deal with. The nightmares, all the above, pain in my back, my feet, plantar fasciitis setting in, all of it. But I'm going to endure. I'm trying. Because guess what? I'm thankful to be alive. In this crazy world that people seem to not enjoy anymore, I see it different. It might look crazy. It might look like it's going down to the sewers really quick. But here's the question you have to ask yourself. It's been in the sewers before we even came along in this reality. So next time that you're pointing fingers and causing a stir, I had a good work ethic. I was a man that would give all I had. Every day. Every day. Leave the house at 11 to 12 o'clock at night and be gone 17 hours a day. Gave it everything I had. Everything. I love to talk about Nephilim. the Raphim. I studied myself to be approved for years on that route. I mapped out strategically where I wanted to go based off rock shelters and what have you of Kentucky, all over the Commonwealth. But that message goes out to the person when they go and look at me or the blind man. They'll go up to the evil man that gives them flattery, gives them gifts, and look them straight in the eye and say, I love that guy, I'll vote for him. I love him. But I can't talk to that guy over there. Think about it for a minute. Think about it. I'm going to get a drink of coffee. To endure, that's coffee, by the way. To endure and to be an overcomer and have to walk in a walk that you did not want to be in, and you have to endure and have to really focus on the things and say, look, God's not done. I shouldn't be here. Right? And I'm not trying to take away from anybody out there that has other issues. There's a lot of people out there with infirmities. Okay? I get it. And I'm an advocate for it. You've heard me many times on this channel. If I see somebody making fun of somebody in a wheelchair or somebody, anything, and you see me around and I can see you and you can see me, I'm going to say something, and it's going to be on a Christianly stance. But I'm going to make you understand that you can't do that and get by with it and think it's a TikTok video. Okay? So, this good old boy comes from a place where a lot of people would think it was Mayberry or Andy Griffith's show. If anybody out there that's 40 and older knows what I'm talking about. Gets scoffed at, made fun of, doormat with my name on it to this day over this vision thing. So be it. So be it. The first 2 years I was falling over in disarray. Didn't know what even was going on. I felt lethargic. I still do this day. I kind of plateaued to a certain level, and I've literally had to just kind of just stick with it. So next time, when you're feeling like, I can't wait to bash Mr. Visual Disturbance, I'm going to sell doormats. Sarcasm inserted. Sarcasm. So if you're in doom and gloom world and you want to blast somebody, why not choose me instead of somebody else, because that's the way I am. I'd rather for you to make fun of me, blast me, instead of going after somebody else. Because guess what? I can take it. It's insane. Okay? This is insanity. It's insane. It's been an emotional roller coaster. Up and down. False hope. False premises. They just tell you one thing. It just keeps going on and on. It's been rhetoric for years. You listen to somebody's false promises, and it's lies and deceitfulness 24/7. You'll tell them that you can't hardly get out of the bed. You'll tell them you can't hardly walk. You'll fall over, whatever it is. But guess what? My friends, the one I just mentioned earlier, they don't see me like that. Okay? Strong. I'm on a cane, cool, whatever. They don't disrespect me like that. They look at me as a man, not just a number or a piece of trash. That's the world that we live in. That's the world. When I started thinking about it, when we did the Conspiracy Con, and I was blessed by that, I got to see people shake their hands. Some of the adults brought their children. Just such a blessing. There's people that knew me. Hello, Mr. Visual Disturbance. And there was one man that came up to me, and it was just, I almost get tore up about it, talking about it. I'm kind of laughing and crying at the same time, but the man was just so, he just wanted to meet me so bad. His name was Mark, by the way. He prayed over me, held my hand, and was asking me, I just don't understand you. And that's just kind of resonated with me. I've been kind of holding that back, not talking about it here on the channel. What is going on? I mean, and this man took the time to explain himself, talked about his a little bit of testimony. He just really wanted to know a lot about me. But he's like, you came through another way. You came in this other way. And he was referring to biblical stance and spiritual applications, and he was so adamant, so excited. It's just, I'm just a real person, and I'm not fake, okay? I'm not AI. I'm a good old Kentucky boy from the good old bluegrass state, from some city, town that nobody ever heard of. Ooh, I've never forgot where I came from. Even though that town, the city, went into a den of thieves, and it's probably not a place you want to be kind of hovering around anymore because it's hillbillies and insanity. But it's got to stop. Just got to stop. So shout out to Mark. Your words of encouragement brought me through. And even in the conference, I broke down and was in tears even doing my presentation. Because, guys, everybody doesn't understand. Nobody knows what their walk is on a daily basis. We hide behind these screens, people on their screen names, and they really don't know what they're going through. It doesn't matter if it's from, if they can't afford food, if they can't afford bills, or whatever it is. People are suffering, okay? There's infirmities going everywhere. People, all kinds of walks of life, it's just all coming down, okay? But the message is tonight to say this, is we can't give up. We got to respect ourselves and respect our friends, respect people that are so-called friends. And if you supposedly have friends or family that don't like what you talk about, it might be time to go get some new friends. And, well, disconnect from some of the family. I've had to do that myself. So we're talking about a man that it's just, I don't really know how to explain it. Like, you feel defeated. There's days that I feel like that I'm doing stuff and I'm trying to make sure that these programs and everything get deployed, and you do not want to let your friends down, and your eyes roll in the back of your head, and you're like, my goodness, Brian. And then sometimes you get so dizzy your head wants to spin off the top like a swivel. And it's hard to register it. And look, I don't care about criticism, okay? But this one individual that I'm speaking about tonight has been asking about this nonsense for a long, 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 long time. Like I said, would you go ask that in the wild about somebody? And see, that's where we're at. Mankind is on the chopping block. Mankind can't understand that this world's more spiritual than physical. Mankind is over here playing and saying, hey, come down here and beam me down, Scotty, 3-1 Atlas. Mankind is looking for the reptilians and lizard head people. Mankind is looking for the grays and everything because they don't understand how special they are, because everybody in this world has told you that you can't do nothing. I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. Here's what happens in my neck of the woods. Well, you should have been better man. Shouldn't have fell off that milk truck. God's chastising you. You don't have the Holy Spirit. That's the crap I hear. Okay? That's the crap you hear. That's the reality. Okay? So, this nonsensical ideology and this ego trip has got to stop. It's got to stop real quick. And I hope this is resonating with somebody out there. It's cool to come and give, entertainment purposes only and come on here and talk about different, conspiracies and what have you. But the real Brian is on here right now telling you all that it's a suffering, it's a battle. Battle's not against flesh and blood, but I'm sitting here cranking it out and grinding my gears out what's left of my skull, my cognitive ability. Okay? Thank God that the brain side of the things, when it comes to memory and everything, long-term cognitive dissonance, whatever you want to call it, my neural pathways and everything are intact. It's my vision and my balance. So next time you decide to get on this trip of just tearing somebody down, I'm so sorry that that's where you are at. I forgive you. I pray that you repent of understanding and get all that out of your head. Because if you're doing it to me, you're doing it to your family. If you're doing it to me, you're doing it to your kids. Whatever you're doing, you're a judgmental spirit, evil. It's an evil spirit that's coming upon you. It's just it. I'm sorry, whatever. I'm sorry if I said too much. I don't know you, and you don't know me. That's the problem. Judgment before you see somebody or even, know them. If you do that, you've done that all your life. Because guess what? I've done that before. I've been in that playground that you're in. So that's why I'm addressing it, because I can resonate with it and understand where you are. Whew. I hope nobody's bored with this, because I've got a lot on my mind. A lot. And I hope you subscribe. If you don't, that's fine too. Thank you for being here. And thank you for allotting some of your time to me. If we see a golden arches, we marvel after it. If we see an obelisk, we go up to it and touch it and say that it's good. If we go up to a fence with diamonds on it, we worship it. If we go up to a man that reconned a military reconnaissance mission all over the Native American culture and lie about the historical documents of it, we honor that man with the concrete statue, and we worship it. We write historical factors to brainwash everybody into believing a certain narrative, and we worship it. What is wrong with us? No wonder AI is coming around the bend. Can't get a pair of glasses made. That's a long story. You know what it's called? Not caring. Not caring. You waste your energy on things that are not building, you want to destroy. That's what it is. If we wouldn't be in the state we're in right now, if we go out there and till that land, I'm just saying. That's all I'm going to say about that. When they tell us to put emerald green light bulbs in our sockets, we do it. When they tell us to walk a line with an arrow on it, that scared me half to death. Thank you, Stephanie. But if we see an arrow, we get in line and follow that line in that arrow. Don't question anything. There will be a fiery furnace on the back end of it. We look left and right. We don't judge it. We don't test it, but we'll judge the blind man. Think about it for a minute. Think about it. Whew. Let me drink this coffee. And this is not a demonic cup. This is an animal. It's got a bunch of animals on it. Okay? Whew. Where can I start? Where can I finish? And like this 3-Eye Atlas narrative that we've talked about many times here on the program, let it come. Let it come. Let the 10 million reptilian, Draco, whatever creatures come out and say, hey, I've been watching you, boy. Well, guess what? I've got enough entertainment down here, and a bunch of people down here have been watching me and can't see my eyeballs. Can you talk to me? Can you telepathically talk to me? Joking. But that's what's happening. Welcoming it all in. Spiritual applications, just bring it all in. AI components, biological components, you name it. This is an antiquity thing. This is something that's came out of the earth or come from the Kuiper Belt 2.0, whatever it is. This is something ancient, whatever it is. Probably goes along with the Halley's Comet, whatever you want to call it. It's almost like this right here. I'll tell you a story. This is the top. This is the way it is, okay? This is the way this reality is. I'm talking about past Brian, okay? You ain't worth nothing. You're that, my daddy's name. You're not nobody. You ain't nothing. You're sorrier than all get out. That's what you hear. So guess what? This good old boy heard it in the Bluegrass State, supposed to be in the close of the Bible Belt. What about these other folks, these other nationalities? What's going on? It's brainwashing. Brainwashing wording. Your cortex, your pineal gland, your hemisphere. Come on, folks. Wordplay. And we got wizards going around like this. Yes, I can't wait to watch them suffer. Watch them squirm. That's what we got going on. That's the crap we got going on. If it was one mind, one accord, and we can actually get something done, we wouldn't be in the shape we're in right now. In that judgmental spirit and everything, and be like this and go up to your brother like that, my new friend Mark, be like, brother. Well, I almost sound like Hulk from WWA, whatever, wrestling, but Randy Savage or whoever it was, but forgive me, but, brother, like, I know you, hey, that kind of thing, like a genuine looking at each other, like, now instead of doing this, he didn't like me, he didn't accept me. Does anybody ever think about anything about with the characteristics and everything, and they're mapping you out? Has anybody ever thought about that? Anything. All your online biometric data is all over the place. And you don't think that these things that are called the Watchers are not collecting all that? And we're sitting back here saying, I'm all superior in intellect, and I have straight A's and everything. I can see through everything. Come on. Get off your high horse. There's an individual that I'm not going to say anything besides that, but he always said we're in this together. Well, we're not in the group that he's in. We're not in it, okay? And it's brainwashing. Even those folks are brainwashed. You get a Ford, you get a Chevy. Your neighbor gets a Chevy, you're a Ford fan. I hate my neighbor now. What? Gosh, please help us. God Almighty, help us. Seriously. And that's what I'm saying. When I'm on here and I invite people here, they interview here on this channel, I invite them for a purpose. They're human. They've never showed me any other identification of a lizard, a gray, alien, robotic, whatever. They're a human being. They might not believe everything that I believe, but that's the point. Because I'll be just like the individual today. I can't see your eyeballs. Think about it, folks. Think about it. They have done everything under the sun to just rip us apart, and we're not united in any shape or form. We have no understanding. Our cognitive dissonance level has went off the roof, and here comes the Savior. The eternal Prometheus. The AI components. Come on, folks. It's like Tron World out here. It's like a video game manifestation on some steroids. Aleister Crowley and H.P. Lovecraft would be jumping for the hilltops and doing backflips off the top of the mountains if they was on a mountain right now. That's how devious and sinister this all is. If you can't say you love your brother and love your neighbor, what are you then? Who are you? What kind of person are you? What in the world? And I've seen this all throughout my life. I've seen it. You ain't worth nothing. You'll never be nothing. You come from that line. Well, come on, get it then. If that's what you have to, if that's all you have to say with your mouth and you trash my whole family tree. And that's why that I had a good work ethic. I come from the time, and I'm sorry here, I'm supposed to really be talking about everything is off, and it is. I'll tell you why. I seen when I was a child, when I was a youngster, work like sweat at the brow, like Little House on the Prairie work. I'm talking about barnyard strength ox man. These men would teach me things. I would be able to push and push up and lift stuff that was 3 times my weight, and I'm 12 years old. They engraved in me things and traits and characteristics and everything that to get me through this life in some shape or form, and we was living poor, and we wasn't living a high on the hog, okay? mice everywhere, heat 120 in the barn, stacking hay, stacking tobacco, breaking bread, and thankful for it, and barely have enough to scrape by. That is what's wrong with our society, because you've never experienced that. And once you experience that, you know where you come from. You don't forget it. The grind, the mental anguish that you had, and you overcome her, because it shows how strong you can be. And that's where we are today in society. If we don't overcome this and stop being so lazy and lethargic and judging everybody, we ain't going to make it. And whatever's coming, God forbid, bring on the angels, whatever they got to be. Bring on the demons. Bring them all on, because guess what? You know, I hate to say it, God's in control, and it's just. It's just. Whatever cometh. Because we are running around here with our heads, well, I mean, I ain't going to say that. But we're running around here judging everybody. We can't grow. There's no growth. There's no growth. None. Zero. It's over. So coming from that background and having your, you don't understand, to be out in that horrible heat, and you can't breathe. You're trying to eat sandwiches that barely have any substance. You work amongst men that can't even speak the same language, and you're trying to come together in a farming mentality and trying to survive with your family. That builds character. And I remember watching my dad. Speaking of my dad, he just, for years, man, almost 50 years of his life, until he got cancer, 47 years, to a place where they give him a TV and a freaking watch. Good and faithful servant, thank you for your support. Whew, man. Almost 50 years, and there's not one person on this chat right now that hasn't had 10, 15 plus jobs. My dad had one. You're supposed to honor your father and your mother. And that's what builds good character in me, because I thought about it. He never questioned anything. He always just go to work, and that's embedded in me. I always went to work. I was always there. I was the milkman. I'd be blood, sweat, tears, throwing up, whatever it was. I was putting milk on the shelves and pale as a ghost, and putting in the time, and never gave up, because I knew the cost of my family and everything. I never gave up until I fell off the stupid truck, using that, barbaric language, Brian. Sarcasm inserted. But my dad never gave up, never complained, and he's complaining now. The pain is unbearable. And I don't know how much longer he's got. But people out here, listen, I watched my dad get blasted, made fun of, and he just took it. And I sat back a couple months ago, and he told me, he said, I might not see you much anymore. And I looked at him, I said, I'll never let your name, this whole family line, or anything get put in the mud no more. And I'm not going to let nobody tread on it no more. Never, ever. Not again. Because they called him fat. They called him all kinds of derogatory names. Lazy. I have another sibling. My mother. And that was it. It was a small family. Gave it all, man. And now he's sitting just nothing. They're sitting down there in this rotted down community, filled around with a bunch of vipers. And he's sitting there right now, doesn't even know I do this. He doesn't even know that gives me purpose and gives me understanding that I'm trying to get, change the world in my little crumb of what's left of this world. And he doesn't even know it. He's sitting down there just fading away. And I think about just what we're titling it tonight. Everything feels off. The world's upside down. It's because we don't care. We don't care. We have literally let systems put us into a back us in the corner, and now we just don't care. We just don't care. If we started caring, things would improve. We wouldn't have to have robots running nursing homes and people wanting that interaction It's over, folks, when it comes to certain applications in our reality. And I'm sorry to be Mr. Doom and Gloom, but I got to get a lot off my chest here. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to make this all about me. But if you're going out in this world and you're dealing with these type of mechanisms and everything, and there's people out there that's ridiculing you and doing the same thing, the same type of walk, and they're walking all over you like a doormat, let them do it. Forgive them. If it's the worst thing that they've done the worst thing in the world, you forgive them. Because when you look in the biblical narrative, it said if you don't forgive them, you don't make it. Just saying. But I'm telling you right now, woo, man. I'm telling you, Kentucky is not what it seems, folks. If I had the opportunity to leave and move, I don't know where I'd go. But that's not in the cards. But the point is, it has got to stop because humanity is suffering. Suffering. My dad, my mother is worried about nursing home and all this stuff. Just they're worried to death. And Dad could be no telling how long it's going to be for him to be in that shape. And he was stout, man. My dad taught me how to lift, and I'm not that big of a man, but I can tell you, when I was a milkman, I was about 15 pounds lighter, and I could probably do, I don't know, I could bench press 300 plus pounds without even going to the gym. That's what a milkman does. We are that type of mentality. We are that type of understanding. You just go out and grind, and whatever conditions it is, you just shut up and do it. If it's 400 foot of snow, you go out there and grind and you take a dolly, you scrape it up to the door, and you sling your milk in there. That's a true fact. What a joke. What an absolute joke of reality. We are the reason that we are in this shape. It is, look, there's certain people that have dictated us like Pinocchio on strings. We got in line and followed the white tape. Straight up facts. I'm always talking about the Amish and the Mennonites. They get on the vehicle, people mock them, okay? There'll be a big white van, and the Amish will be coming out. They just load them up, man. There's so many Amish come out, and there'll be some, just clean cut, white case, white gentleman or whatever, dressed in just regular street clothes, and be sitting there. And just let them do their thing. And these guys can build a house in like 2 days. And we over here going, building code and plumbing and, it might be 7, 8, 10 months, 12. Well, I think you might need to go ahead and recommend a barn dominium. Because it's going to cost you 7, 800, 10,000. They're over there like this. They take 100,000, they build a house. What is up with our reality, folks? I'm serious. What is going on? Like I really want everybody to know I'm not losing it here on the channel. I'm not losing my wit about me. So the Amish have got one ahead of us. So let the aliens come, let the fallen angels, the demons or whatever, and they're gonna be like this. Dang, was there a cloud? And they're gonna get their turkeys in or whatever it is, and they're gonna be breaking bread with candles while we're sitting here. The electric's off. Oh my goodness, the internet's off. We lost all communications. And they're just going to be riding it out till the end times. And we're sitting here just arguing, judging, can't talk to anybody, just defragmented from all reality and don't understand anything about being human. Nothing. Listen, speaking of the title tonight, The World Just Feels Off. Well, I'm going to throw this out here, folks. Enough about me. I might jump on that later here in a little bit, but let me ask you a question in the chat. Here it is, October 28th, and I have seen so many people pass away. I had a classmate just pass away 4 days ago. They are burying him probably tomorrow. Died unexpectedly. Do you want to hear my theory? Maybe we need to save it for another day on a Rumble show. Well, let's just say something. I'm not going to make fun of anybody. Nothing. Because listen, I'm a doormat. But there's scientific proof of something coming out or something that has. And I had this theory. What if it disrupts the magnetic field of an anatomy of a human? And if signals are being displaced, God forbid if that's happening, because I've seen a huge uptake in the local area around here. It must be the funeral, must be packed to the ceiling. My God, help us. Help us. Help us. Seriously. And here I am, 2019, I could have passed and left this earth, and here I am trying to fight tooth and nail what's left in my teeth and what's left in my brain, my hemisync, I'm joking, my left and right hemisphere of what's left in my brain patterns. I am trying to change this world and be the change in our alternate reality that we're living in right now. It's a paradox. And people seem to be forgetting what human is. Is anybody with me on this? I mean, anybody with me? We will argue listen, I've seen this, okay? Let me tell you a story. I had a gentleman one time threaten my life over a gallon of milk and said that he was too good for the gallon of milk, and I was almost on the side of the sidewalk, and I had two stores side by side, and one of them was a CVS and one of them was a Family Dollar, and you know what that guy had the nerve to tell me? He went to the Family Dollar. He wouldn't go in the Family Dollar because he said it was for the poor folk, and he said, I want that CVS milk. I said, sir, I'll give the same milk off the same truck, and I promise you right now. And I even offered him free milk, and he was such an arrogant fool that he wouldn't take the free milk. And it was like in that CVS at the time, it was almost selling for $3.99 a gallon, and he wouldn't take the free gallon. That's how arrogant. Think about it. That was in 2016. So now, if he's still living, roll the red carpet out for him. Roll the red carpet out and give him the golden gallon. What is wrong? What is wrong with that? That's evil. That's evil. And then you know what? A person that came around was homeless, they would have gave anything. If a homeless person walked by and said, Brian, give me a free gallon of milk, you got it. They would have drank it right there, probably chucked it. Somebody was incarcerated, right? And somebody was in jail would have drank it and chugged it to death. And that little entitled individual come up in there and wouldn't take my gallon of milk that I literally was going to, it's the same darn milk truck. It's been off the rails for a long, long time. Entitlement, boastfulness, pride, ego trip, all of it. All of it. A dang shame. Shameful. Shameful. Shame. Shame. That's all it is. Shame. It's pitifulness. But you can go out and you can wear a white coat, walk in there, look at this. Or you can be testing the weather. Somebody walk around that has a, let's just say at education level, occupation. They flaunt it. They're like, yeah, man, I'm the meteorologist, yeah. I've seen that. I never said anything. Never seen it. I never said anything. And to this day, they get on there, look at my flattery, flatter me. You can see my eyes, right? I'm deceived and deceiving you. That's their mentality. I'm not saying all of them like this. I'm talking about a particular individual, and I'm not going to say any names because I don't do that. I don't blast and slander somebody's name, okay? We're going to dance around that. But that's in this state of Kentucky. Yeah. It's a shame. It's shameful. And that's what I'm saying. So if you look, let's just have fun here. I'm not going to show it. This is going to be bare bones tonight. But if you look at the statistics and everything, we're on the chopping block when it comes to our reality. So, we look and there's job replacements on the, it's a national high right now. We got famine in the streets, pretty much. Just recently, UPS to cut 48,000 jobs. What? I know people that worked their tail to the bone to get their job. They had to go through like an initiation thing or something, like an internship or something they do through UPS for 6 to 7 years. I think that's what I said, initiation, excuse me. But 6 to 7 years to work and get that job title, to be from the temporary status to full time. My goodness, and 48,000 jobs? 1,000 at Paramount, 600,000 replaced by robots by 2034. I think 30,000 jobs from Amazon as of today. Roughing it. And I think about it. I used to when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I used to envy. I used to literally think about and covet it, like what other people have when I was a kid. Like I would go to school and I'd be like, wow, they got all these cool things and like all these cool clothes. They got the cool cars. They got all these things. And then I remember, because all those years I watched people till the ground, be a horseback, whatever it is, and I watched my dad work to the brim, to almost death, literally, and he's barely hanging on today. And he showed me how to be a good work ethic man, to have compassion. My mother and father, I don't know how to explain it. To do good, just to be better, just to work and show people compassion. Work, if somebody needs help and they can't work hard to put their load on your back. That's what happened after I went through that time as a teenager and everything, and saying, I need to be better, and I wish I had this, wish I had that, and then my dad's suffering. I'm talking about with debt at that time. Couldn't pay it off or anything. And guess what? It's my fault. Because I'd be like, can you get this for me? And he would do it because he wanted me to have a better life. And I have a lot of regret. And there he is, just sitting there, just like a vegetable right now in a mushroom state. And there's nothing I can do about it. It's just a lot to take in. And that's like going back to the conversation of that Mark individual. He was talking about Moses. He was talking about all these biblical narratives, and he's like, you're just real, brother. You're just real. And it broke me down after I later on thought about it. And to this day, people suffer, man. And you just snarl your nose. People just put their nose up and don't care. And then you hear this. They deserve that. God put them in that position. They deserve it. That's Christians saying that. That's Christians. What a shame, man. Shameful. The evil intention, it has to be something to do with the embodied spirits, the Nephilim, whatever it is, whatever the system is pushing out 24/7, it has to be something to that level. It has to be. It has to be a spiritual tie from ancestral DNA or something to that level for family tree curses. It's got to be something to that. Good night, man. Angels underwear, entertaining strangers. What is it? What are we doing? And I can tell you right now, if you're not willing to do something, I'm talking about without money involvement, if you're not willing to do that, that's a problem. I'm talking about helping others and not getting no recognition. Okay? Not getting no recognition whatsoever. And you don't need to, nobody needs to know anything. You just do it. You don't get on broadcast and say, look at me, and flatter me with all your lovely words that make me feel better with my ego. if you're not willing to do it in silence, you don't want no gratification. Why are we doing it? I'm sorry to get so adamant here on this broadcast tonight. A couple years ago, I'm not going to say any names, there was individuals that I helped and everything, and they had the gall to tell me, why do you have cups? Why are you doing this? You're not doing enough. You're not doing anything. And I defended myself in that. I got righteously angered. I defended myself. And that's all I'm going to say. That's what I'm saying. If you're just now tuning in, Brian of Visual Disturbance, I don't know. You can call me, Dan calls me superhero. But when I was working, I was almost invisible. Like I could just take on so much load with this frame of body that I've got. I was able to take so much weight. I was just able to take on the world and conquer and be the ultimate milkman. But what is that? There was people in that type of field that would look at me and say, I own you. Basically, pretty much in a figurative sense, get on your knees. I had men that was in military and looked at me and said, Brian, this is worse than basic training. And I chuckled and I said, there's no way in the world. He wasn't joking. He quit like a month later. But was he telling the truth? Big shout out to the veterans. Big shout out to the veterans. Our freedom's everything. Don't waste it. What are we doing? Don't waste it. Don't waste it. Our forefathers and everything would just roll back over if they seen what we'd done with it. There were strong, valiant men speaking truth. That's why we're able to even be on here, what's left of this reality. I've had men in the past look at me and mock me and make fun of me for no reason. We all seen it, right? But it got below the jugular, okay? All right? Like gut punching. And these people now, they're just, you got to do this, Brian. Don't you see the tape? Don't you see this? I didn't do anything to you. You got to man up. Well, guess what I did? What did you do? Sit there and ridicule, go to the next person, do the same thing to them, bash them for whatever they got going on because it makes you feel good because you are like literally a self-righteous, incompetent individual that thinks they're self-righteous and better than anybody. That's why they're implementing the AI mechanisms. I'm sorry. We're according to the account, we're in this together, right? We're in this together. According to somebody. Not going to say any names. And what blows my mind? This is what blows my mind more than anything. A person that thinks they know it all, and then you say, hello, you speak to them, and then you'll catch them over there on their cellular phone, Googling and everything, and trying to come back with the conversation. It's wild times. It's wild times. It's unbearable to watch family and friends and people pass away. Man, I begged my soul. something years ago, several years back. I begged people that I was around, and they didn't hear me anything because I'm that doormat, and I'm that guy from the country. I'm that Reese boy that don't have no sense. He's too religious, or look at him. He don't know nothing. And now I got to sit back and grieve in my heart with all this anguish. My heart is heavy, and I feel destroyed. I feel, because I love humanity. I love people. And I've been like, even myself, and I will say this because my wife will call me out on this, and I got to be straight up about it. Even myself has been caught saying, should we go to this place with this gathering, or this or that? Because I'm talking about the local area around here. Even I'm subjected to that. It's like people be like this now. You know, what's that? But here comes the robot, like R2D2 on Star Wars. Oh, wow. There you are. Get away, dirty human. Get away. Wow. So it's the perfect storm. It's the perfect storm. It is. It's the perfect storm to face annihilation. So let's just have fun here. Let's just say that this thing is coming, and it sits there and perks the reverse propulsion system. It sits there and pushes off on the sewage line on their little 3-size Manhattan project, whatever it is, and they crank it up and go full bore and hover the United States here in about November the 11th. And this good old boy is gonna be like this. I'm gonna be like this. It might be it might be digitally glitching. The proton beam. I'll be saying, how many transformers y'all got in that thing? And they'll be like, I'll be like, I got about 25 down here in the neighborhood. Once they drop that ground, they're going to accelerate some kind of little pulse, and I hope you can make it. If you're here to intergalactic invasion, drop it like it's hot. But I have to joke around. Because I've been so serious on this program. But life is so short, and I've learned so many things that I've continued to learn to this day. And that's why when we're doing things, people call me a shield. People have called me so many things online. And if you could only seen me before all this happened to me and seen me on the milk route, and guess what? You wouldn't have came up to me. Look at that dirty milkman. Do they still have milkman? I'll tell you one thing real quick. This is probably for more adults, so remove your children from the room. But I'll give you a few minutes to do that, or a moment. I'll tell you what's so sickening and twisted about the mentality around here. I had a 75 or 80-year-old man one time come up to me, and he said, "Hey, are you my daddy?" And I looked over. I'm like, "What'd you say, sir?" And he rolls up. He goes, "I wouldn't do that." I said, "Excuse me?" He said, "I wouldn't work like you." And he goes and gets into it looked like a Bentley or like some Land Rover. Scoffed at me. And he asked me if I was his daddy? Derogatory death, man. Well, I'm just doing that because I'm a dude. No, you are full of evil, demonic activity in your brain socket. Get back in your Bentley and Land Rover and drive on out there. Because there's not a day I knew that he had never got a callus or anything on his hands. He didn't care about nothing. He just wanted to spite me because he knew, and you'll hear this all the time, "Brian, you're so intelligent." This is what I was on the milk. "You're so intelligent and so funny. You should be doing something more productive with your life." That's exactly what they would say. Disrespecting morons. And now, I can tell you when I'm laying down or having a bad day, sometimes my flesh lets me get back into that state because I feel like I let everybody down. I feel like I let my children down, my wife down, my parents down, every person that's important to me. I feel like I left them down But then got friends, I spoke of them earlier. They're like, Brian, even in your infirmity and your disability, you can do 100-fold around all these people. And I'm like, well, thank you for your kind words and your encouragement. Don't underestimate a blind milkman or half blind. I'm not fully blind. I just have visual disturbances. But seriously, don't underestimate the ex-milkman that's going like this without his cane and visually disturbed. Sarcasm with a little seriousness, tone, a little toned in. I mean, at what cost is it worth losing? I'm talking about anything, like your divine presence, the soul, everything. What's it worth? What's it worth, folks? What's it worth? What's it worth? Demonic, man. And you know that there's something that's higher authority than you, and you sit back and you be like this. And you don't question anything. I've done it. What's in that? I'll drink it. It's basically full of formaldehyde, pretty much. And it's used in cleaner products to clean your toilets. It's crazy. It's crazy. Jerry, I just seen your comment. Am I actually live? Yeah, you're live, Jerry. Live here. If you're just now tuning in, it's a more serious conversation piece tonight. I haven't been this serious for a long period of time, but I've been weighing on me a lot with a lot of things going on, and I'm sorry to sit here and just hash all this stuff out and just gurgitate and diarrhea all over the screen. But I want y'all to know who I am. I have integrity. Loyalty to my friends, loyalty to people. I'm not a liar. I don't sit here and just get on these shows just for entertainment. Listen, I'll just tell you. I said this to the guys that threw me in this. I think they're in the chat. It gives me purpose. And I never knew that they're talking about the Raphaim, the Nephilim, the Amorites, the Hittites, all these different characters that was in the biblical narrative, or the Lincoln, or the mounds, and talking about the Lincoln speech in 1848, talking about the megalithic structures, rock shelters, what have you. I did not know that anybody ever wanted to listen to me. And these gentlemen that I came across that are my friends now, they threw me right deep down in it. And I'll tell you this, no joke. Even though I was the milkman and categorized as that and deemed expendable, this good old boy since the 80s has been taking VCRs apart and everything, and taking motherboards apart and building computers and trying to take rabbit ears and tune in to another frequency like Stranger Things. So I guess I don't have my credentials, and I don't have my ability to articulate and be able to figure out that I don't have a degree in these things. And I guess it makes me expendable and obsolete to society. I didn't know that was going to come in handy too. Graphic design, visually being able to draw and being an artist, I threw it all away. Had an opportunity to go to Arizona and be a visual or graphic designer. I threw it all away because guess what? I was told I couldn't do it. You hear the term can't, never, could do nothing. That's what I would hear. And I knew it was going to be a big thing back then. I knew it was going to be a gigantic thing. And I went on the routes, started becoming these type of person that molded me into a man that to run and gun, pretty much what I would say, and be able to distribute and put product in the store about 150 miles an hour and run my guts out. And actually, there's men and women out there now that have profited off of me, and they're on these elaborate trips, and they're having all kinds of fun with their Harleys and everything in Europe right now. I hope it was worth it. I hope it was worth it on my back and all the infirmities I have to deal with right now. I hope you're profiting, and God bless you. Seriously. What a show. What a show what a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Yeah, I'm sorry if my voice is fading in and out. Make sure I'm checking the audio here. Let me check audio. Check audio. It's because of I'm walking around. But what are we going to do? Seriously. Hope you can hear me okay because I was going back and forth. Hope you can hear me okay with the audio. Forgive me if it's going in and out because I keep shifting my head back and forth. But I want everybody to know that when you come on this channel and you're being interviewed by me, I'm a real man. I'm not some pansy. I don't go around kissing hands with anybody, literally. I've seen that recently. That's all I'm going to say. You're not going to see me kissing hands and butting up against somebody. I'm going to be real about it. Come on the channel. Let's have a conversation. Let's enjoy being human. Let's have a casual conversation where we can come together and actually do something and be helpful toward mankind. That's what I want. That's what I want. And if anybody comes on the channel, please don't come on here and troll them. Respect them. There's core beliefs that I would never dictate from or never tear away from, and they don't know what I know, and I don't know what they know. If they can be a blessing to somebody, that's what it's going to be. Don't ridicule us and think, and I can tell you right now, I don't do this for money. I do this for purpose. I do it for purpose and to shine a light. You'll know them by their fruits. Come on now. I don't do this for money. It gives me joy. I did not know that people would love to hear me talk about controversial topics and biblical narratives and things about Anunnaki, what have you. It gives me purpose and joy that you all don't understand what it means to me to hear all the good commentary. And when I seen you guys in the flesh there and you shook my hand and it was like you could have threw $1 billion out on the table and I would have pushed it to the side and said, keep your money. Thank you so much. This is awesome. I would have loved it. Like just to have a casual conversation, drink some coffee and talk about the whatever. Hey, what are you? Who are you? I don't look at anybody. I don't care what social status you have or what kind of authority you have. Like, hey man, what's your name? Or I'll be like, who are you? That's just the way I am. Yeah. I just keep it real. Yes, we get on here. We have this. Sometimes, and I can assure you, about 99% of the time, when I do a show, there's no choreograph. There's no like template. I'm over here just literally off the cuff. I got the material in my head, and I'm rolling with it. That's why sometimes I'll be like saying these little sarcastic remarks, and I just enjoy having conversation. And I knew when I met these cool families and their kids and everything at SpiritualCon that I had a responsibility. They looked up to me. Their families looked up to me. Their kids. I don't want to let anybody down. I just don't want to let anybody down. And to know that there's so much riding on that, they're like, Mr. Visual Disturbance, you know, because I remember everything. I might have hit my head, but I remember everything. I can go back as far as 1.5 years old or farther. I remember everything. I remember to be as a kid and enjoy that joy and that innocent mindset, and I'm fighting tooth and nail to get back to it with an adult mindset, but have that coming as a child, like coming to the Godhead, like as a child, rewriting my brain of what I've been taught through, and it's subliminal messaging and programming. I'm coming to that. Red pill times 20. That's where I'm at. I'm going for it. And it's so much. I've met so many different walks of life, and my goodness, I can't let you guys down. That's insane to me. Much is given, much is required. I have a responsibility now. I don't do this for money. I do this for purpose. It gives me joy. It gives me peace. It gives me the ability to be like, I can't believe this. You know, like, even though I've go through all these problems, all this anguish, all this pain, I'm like, man, I can't give up on these people. These people rely on information. These people rely on some truth speaked out in this crazy old demented world. And that's where I'm at. I'm not going to change. I'm not going to change for nobody. You can throw out $1 billion on the table. I'm not going to accept it. I'll break bread with you and be like, hey, who are you? Where'd you come from? Because that's where it's real. Separate all that vanity, get that out of your socket, get that out of your head. You can make waves. You can do good things when you're real with people. It doesn't matter about their money stature or whatever it is, financial status. You can do big things. Big things. Yes, money's good to have. Sure, we all have to have it. But to have a relationship and literally just have good joy instead of being like, well, here's Brian. I don't see your eyeballs. Come on, man. But there's so much when I think about the way the Black Mirrors and the kids programs and all this filth on the television, you parents choose to let your children watch my program. And that's what I'm saying, because I'm very adamant about what I let my children watch and let my children see. And I do not want to ever disrespect a family. I take that with a lot. I take that it's very real to me. I take it very seriously. I really do. And so whenever they grow up and they're my age or older, they'll be like this: aliens, psh, rock shelters, psh, AI, psh, here comes the insectoids, let them come. We got interdimensional time travel portals, whatever. The good old hillbilly Brian will come out of the woods with his canes and looking like the Book of Eli, Where you need me. Where you need me. It'd be like Logan's Run. Have y'all seen that before? I'll be out there reading all the books like David Carrico in his old library. There'll be a total annihilation apocalypse, and everybody will be going to 30-year-old drop-off at the Logan's Run facility. That's a 1947 or 1974 flick, I think. And I'll be going, it's time. It's time. Sarcasm, but I pray to God that doesn't happen. Yeah. But I want to thank you all. And whoever's watching this and your children, respect. You got your heads on right. You're trying to do all you can to fight in this dark world. And I want to make sure that I put out the best I can and do the best of my ability for what's left of my brain capacity and what's left of this old temple here. I got some strength left in these bones and these muscular stance, but I tell you what, there's just some days that just do not go good. I'm just telling you, there's just some days that it just ain't good. Just ain't good. And I'm sorry to sit here and rant and just blast, and hopefully it's encouragement to you guys if you're going through some type of infirmity or some type of horrible incident. I got to tell you something real quick, folks. There was a guy that I miss so much in the chat, and I went to seek him out. I do not know if he's okay. I think his name is James Simmons. I haven't heard from him. Let me know. Comment below if you know where he's at. He was going through some hardships last year, and that has been weighing on my brain, like severely. I have no clue why, but I have been just thinking about him 24/7. He would always be in my chat, and I was going to give him a shout out. But here we are on the Visual Disturbance community. And if this is a blessing to you, yes, we went a little longer than I expected. And I'm not doing this just to make you feel sorry for me. I don't want nobody to feel sorry for me. That is not the intent of this video. I don't want anybody getting the violin like it's the Titanic getting ready to sink. I don't want none of that. I don't want anybody to feel sorry for me, to say, Brian, I'm so sorry for your dad, whatever. It's a blessing that you're here, and I thank you for your good comments. But honestly, this is for everybody to kind of resonate with if you're dealing with these types of mechanisms in your reality and who've been treating you bad. If there's anybody out there, because it's every facet of reality. You can go outside and go to the gas station down the road and somebody ridicule you over your skin color, your eyeball color, your hair color, your what t-shirt you got on, what truck you're driving. Seriously. If it's raining and you wearing shorts and a tank top and it's 25 degrees, they make fun of you. If you got an Eskimo suit on, it's 150 degrees, they hate you. But 5 years ago, you could have put something on your face and they praise you. Come on now. But God forbid if I wear my glasses. God forbid. But if you can put a blanket on your face and strap a, pair of boxers around your face or whatever, they praise you and put you online and make a promo. How sick. So what are we going to do, folks? Comment below. Comment below and let me know what you guys think in this reality. What are we going to do? We're going to sit back here and let this world just fall apart. We're just going to sit back and sing Kumbaya and let the reptilians come. Whatever it is. I'm not saying it's reptilians. Come on now. Some people are waking up. I see a lot of people online, but I can tell you right around here, if the roofs is ripping right off and the propulsion systems from the triangle craft that we have, re-engineered technology, comes off and rips the tops off the churches while they're saying they'll say the rapture's coming. Hang on to the pews, folks. Don't worry about that roof. Here comes the rapture. Forgive me for using that key word, but I have a bad feeling that's what's going to happen. I have a really bad feeling that this is what's going to happen. One of the greatest fake invasions of society, which you can go back through antiquity and look at the Pangonian giants. You can go back and look at every type of facet throughout reality and look at Pharaoh, Thutmose III, and look at them. They sitting there looking at those hovering crafts over the skies and praying that they don't come down and take people. And you can go back and look throughout the petroglyphs over there in Nevada and all throughout the western part of the United States of America, and they got petroglyphs and circles and everything going through time portals and everything, and Vikings coming out of them, and giant men, 6 fingers, 6 toes, and it's just all for theater, right? Native Americans was sitting there giving everything we needed as far as the template work. And I don't agree with everything on the religious side of it, but they sit there and threw out everything they could possibly throw at it and give us all kinds of inklings and understanding of what's coming upon the earth. And we're sitting back here and saying we have to watch somebody that has the arts. He needs to be of the arts and of the higher authority. Why it's all getting ready to crash down upon us and we're all sitting here with our thumbs in our mouth. Literally. People getting adult pacifiers and everybody walking around here like they own the place. It's a sick world that we living in. Sick, demented, demonic world. If we can't change it, what are we going to do? We're going to sit back here, piling. You almost said it. Put the ring on. Come on. What a shame. What a dang shame. What a sad folks we're in. What a sad reality we are in. What a shame. Well, I'm rambling, but if we can't fix this, love the neighbor as ourselves, and really get back to what everybody was saying back in the past, there's going to be a new replacement come in. We ain't going to like it. We ain't going to like it. You can go into a church today and talk about the Hopi prophecy and anything to that magnitude. You can talk about the Manakwabu, the gray aliens, or whatever you want to throw out there in the mix, and they'll say, kick rocks and get out of here. They'll probably call police on you and tell you that you're a lunatic and probably need to be on pills or something. It's insane. While we sit there and have fish fries and have these local, whatever it is, community gatherings, and we can be doing something really good together, but we're doing it into a psychoanalysis and it's some type of cognitive dissonance reality. It's blowing my mind. It's blowing my mind. Where are we at? I seen something on the, there was a gentleman named, I think, Andrew, that's almost say, or Andy. And he's a big, influencer around the reality, and I don't agree with anything pretty much he says, but the one thing that stuck out to me the other day, he said, AI's here and everything, come to the conclusion that it's all over with. Now focus on having humans and gather communities around you. Well, guess what, folks? I can't gather communities around you. I have to go 3 hours away to get fellowship and actually have somebody that's going to talk to me without sitting there ingurgitating either certain mechanisms that's on the TV screen or, the Black Mirrors and righteously adamant about what they're wanting to stick down in my mouth, like literally, and get mad at me if I don't agree with them. But I'm over here saying, "Oh well, okay, I'm open to hear anything." But if I don't get on their bandwagon, they hate me. That's where we're at. So it takes us that long to go in fellowship places and everything like that. We can't find anything, and we're kind of isolated here in the bluegrass state, in the center of it, and we're aimlessly walking around trying to figure out where we're going to go. So what is it? What is it? And I made the comment not too long ago. I hope y'all don't mind if I go a little longer. I heard something the other day about it was a physicist. He said on a big platform talking about all these different religions, he said they're metaphors. He said they're metaphors. And he was like, but he believed in higher power and all this consciousness and everything. And I was going to, if I started saying that, that's a metaphor. That's a metaphor. That's a metaphor. If I started saying that, they'd be like, tar and feather him. Put him in the jail cell. But if I go, I've got 33 years. Y'all know what I'm saying. That's what they say. I'm throwing it out there for fun here. 33 years of experience with a physicist, and I am mighty. I can say what I want to and blaspheme any kind of religious stance. It's all metaphors. He gets away with it. He gets praised for it. But if I say, man, that's a metaphor, remove him from society. And come down to it, you know what it is? Like I said at the beginning of this program, anger, bitterness, prideful, and you tear down somebody that the way they look, you'll tear them down. And you think, I've got an education and I'll annihilate you with my knowledge. Wow. Wow. And when somebody talks like that, you don't want to have anything to do with them anyways. You want to stay clear. You want to stay clear to them, you know? Yeah, so it's a metaphor. But if I have an IQ of 20 and have let's just say a physics degree, I am superior authority. If I have a telescope that's at the back of my yard and I can fly to it with my multi-billion-dollar helicopter, I know everything. Crazy world we living in. Crazy world. Crazy world. I seen something the other day, it was so bad. Making fun of Jesus, making fun of all kinds of different, as far as the Anunnaki, everybody. Enlil, Iki, all of them. Okay? And I think they even used an old cartoon and just used AI to manipulate the voices and everything. Hi, it's Jesus! And literally it was an astronomer that actually posted it and said, you know, because he's that type of age, well, he was using an old anime clip to make fun of Jesus, and then he used aliens to destroy the men, or because there was these elongated skull-like creatures come out of the ship, and then they, you know, annihilated the humans, because he's like, oh no, Jesus didn't come. You see what I'm saying? Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. A little spray make you go cray. A lot of people don't understand when I say that. But here you are on the channel. We got white lines in the skies, tic-tac-toe. You know what I'm saying. Whew. So, I know some people in the chat talking about, you know, because I was relating to my teeth. We've tried everything under the sun. The only thing I can think of is that when I looked into cattle mutilations and look at the dentistry stance to that and look at military applications, there's two things here. I'm either not getting a certain type of mineral because I've thrown anything from oil pulling to anything under the sun. And well, I'm laughing because even one of my family members I talked to that's very dear to me and myself, I said, well, because I seen a document talking about radiation and gamma rays, and they made the commentary, you must be getting abducted because your teeth are falling out of your head. And I said, well, God forbid if that's the case. Why would anybody want to have anything to do with me? Man, is that a sticky on milk, man? They spit me back out. Dang, he stinks, man. He's got 2% buttermilk. He don't even know where he's at. It's cottage cheese all over him. He's disgusting. Why would the aliens have anything to do with me? Visually disturbance. You know what I'm saying? You can't make this stuff up, folks. You can't make it up. I mean, here I'm just rambling on and getting slap happy. But the fact is, if their alien abductions come or whatever whatever it is, he is tarnished. His brain is not like it used to be. His visual cortex is unrepairable. He's on a cane. I mean, come on. He's not worthy of the new world. Gosh. So anyways, folks, 5D, 4D, 7D, 10D, whatever you want to call it, be a better human, and let's get off this train of craziness. So the day I see the Hindu mythology coming to light and I see the layers of the interdimensional timelines coming together, that's what they're claiming, when I make these sarcastic remarks, just go back and fact check it. When they're saying that the Talas and the Lakas are coming together and they're all manifesting to make one timeline because we jumped since 2012 and our timeline shifted because a movie said it. You know, Woody Harrelson on the radio, it's over! We're gonna have him. We're gonna come to a, psychology. It's a cataclysm, dude. You remember the 2020 film? They're saying that 2012, that the world ended and we jumped a timeline because CERN activated some type of alternate portal. Well, let's have fun here, folks. If that was the case, you got Mandela make you yellow, all these different Mandela effects and everything to that level. And I guess that's why when I talk about the misread record, these different levels of the vapor canopy, I guess the Hindu mythology had it correct. They talking about these different layers. I want to go to the 10th dimension because it's not working here. The eggs and the milk are a little sour, okay? We just ain't got time for all that, okay? You're not worthy. Here comes the 8-footers, the blue beings, Hey, you remember I talked about that at the Conspiracy Con. The blue beings with the scales are coming here. They're the Dracos. Where's visual disturbance? Oh, you have to have fun here, right? I need to see his eyes. Humans hate him, but we love him. Come on. Sarcasm inserted into the program tonight. Come on now. But he comes from the bluegrass state. He's got Indian heritage in his blood veins. Gosh. He's a hybrid. He wasn't for this world. We tried to take him out in 2019 before the great incursion of the Vimanas coming, but he's still here on the radio. So sorry. I was getting really sad at the beginning of the program. Now I'm really having a good time. But like the end, I think his name Aaron Tipton. Anybody out there is a country fan? Because we're having a laid back conversation now. There ain't nothing wrong with the radio. I got an alien coming my way. Everybody on the ground is, well, I'm not even going to go there. But anyways, look, I mean, seriously. Oh, man, I could come up with something really good with that one, but 3-Eye Atlas is coming my way, and I'm going to go to Walmart and I don't even know what I'm going to say now, but there's sarcasm for everybody, some fun entertainment purposes. But, oh, you know what's so bad? I don't feel as bad now. I don't feel as bad for making these little quirky things and have this serious conversation because there's some YouTubers out there where they'll have like 4,000 people in the chat and they'll be like this. They'll sit and watch somebody eat Chinese food delivered, and they'll be like this. And they're like, he's so great. I seen his fork move. He might get back on the game. Because it's a video gamer. I think he's gonna start playing the game again. Hey, was he eating sushi? And they'll sit there for 30 minutes, and people's like, da-ding, 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 super chat, super chat, super chat. And we're sitting there eating rice and everything. How much crazier is our world. I mean, listen, I'll just tell you this. If somebody, listen, I'll just say this. If I was fortunate to have $100 million, okay, first thing that I would do, okay, the Antarctica Treaty, I would pay that $35,000 ticket and get past the one authorization, and then can I throw another million? Can I get to the wall? And then I would either. What's he doing? What's he doing? He's $100 million man. I would be doing something productive with my money, but I would just do good with it. Gosh, change. I mean, you know how much I could go. We're not even going to go there, okay? We're not going to go there. The other day I made a comment on Facebook. Give me a time machine and see what I'd do with it, okay? Give me a DeLorean, Back to the Future narrative, see what I can do with it, okay? That'd be like, could you imagine? I'll go back to horse and buggy days. Is that? Because I look a lot like my ancestors, right? Dang, what is that? Get out of my way! Slapping some sense at some of my family members and passing along drop an Android and iPhone. Just read it. You know what I'm saying? Have all this. But anyways, get her done. Jesus freak. I hadn't seen you for a long time. Here we are. Welcome to the channel, my friend. And we're just sitting there hanging out. And yeah, but sarcasm toward the end of this broadcast. So I'm gonna start selling some doormats with my name and face on it, and I'll deploy them to my enemies, and I'll give it for free of charge, and they can just walk on it, drive on it, burn it, whatever they want to do, and spit on it every day and throw darts at it for all I care. But this is a real serious one tonight. I just wanted to know that. I wanted y'all to know that, because if you only knew. Seriously, I can only put so much emphasis on that. I know people are going through things. I get it. But if you really only knew, and, I don't want to I'm not going to sit there and push it down somebody's neck and say, you got to understand me. No. But I won't be saying this much anymore about this. I won't be addressing this anymore. If the comments come up, I can't see your eyeballs. I can't see you. I can't trust you. Anybody that can see your eyeball. If I can't see your eyeballs, you're non-trustworthy. You're not loyal, and I can't communicate with you. But you'll turn Netflix on and watch some kind of demonic radar film and look into the eyes of the great wizard that's got $100 million, and you'll worship the feet that he walks on. Fact. So, if you're here for educational purposes and informative and, a lot of speculative stuff, but then there's a lot of real information on here in the visual disturbance community. And we do jokingly come on with a humorous manner. We do enjoy that very much. We love it very much to joke around, because the world has come off the rails. And the avatars, the AI avatars are coming back. So if you're in a rut and you feel like, that this 3-eye atlas, here we are on the eve of it, coming around the bend here, their propulsion system, they shut back and they turn back they said they're changing the gears and they did a little reversal. They're in behind the sun, whatever. Go back and look at the petroglyphs and go look at it looks like a flying turd in the Oumuamua, and there's all kinds of petroglyphs throughout time and antiquity and the interdimensional hypothesis. It is coming down the rails. And I will just say this real quick, folks. The more I look into what happened in Karnak and to the Egyptian stance with Giza, I would say that AI has been here for a long period of time, and we've already converged over into certain aspects of that where iron and clay mixed long ago with the, let's just say the antiquity, the pre-Adamic world, and you name that, that is a fact. What do you want to bet? Speculation only, for entertainment purposes only. But what do you want to bet? What do you want to bet? That's what's happened. And that's why you see Thoth and them going into the halls of amity. Could you imagine? Let's just have fun here real quick. If everybody's enjoying this, let me know. Hit that like button, subscribe this, because I usually don't do long rants like this and doing testimonial. Could you imagine Thoth coming out of the ocean and I'm the only one standing there on the beach property or whatever? I'm sitting there on the beach and here I'm with my cane. I'm visually disturbed like all the time. And I look and I'll say, he'll be like, I am Thoth. I'm here to come and give you knowledge. I'll be like, is that Hillbilly 2.0, 3.0, 4.0? What is that? Can you tell me how to plant agriculture in the ground on this sand bay here? I'm here to give you the arts. Hug me, touch me, show my medallion. Here's my medallion. I'll be like, man, you in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's exactly what I'd say. Listen, folks, I've seen so much evil where men and women do on a milk route that can solidify that I am more aggravated and worried about what humans can do. But when the 10-foot tall and bulletproof giant comes up, or the AI mechanism that coming out like C-3PO rolls up, I know you. I'll be like, I'm not going to run. I'm going to plant my feet, face it head on, and be like, it's a Kuna Matata. You know what I'm saying? Because fear not, right? Fear not. No weapon formed against thee, right? When you look at the biblical narrative, why should we even be worried? And bring on the big turd that comes out of Muamua recon ship or whatever he wants to come around the sun and pop off and do a little spin. You know what's going to happen? It's probably going to end up in my backyard. Deploy the pod. I'll be live on Visual Disturbance, smacking him with my cane. Throwing. I got a little story. I'll be throwing silver. Pop, pop. But welcome to the channel. Get back, aliens. Yeah. It was so sorry, folks. But I want to thank y'all so very much. I went longer than I anticipated tonight. I just want to thank y'all for being here. Hear me out. If you're just now tuning in, go back and listen to it. I want to just, I got emotional on this one tonight. My testimony at the beginning. We got to be better humans. I mean, I can't emphasize that enough. It's almost like some people have lost their humanity. They don't understand. It's almost like, have you noticed this? I mean, seriously, I'm not trying to mock anybody, but it's almost like it's almost like their interaction's not there anymore. I've seen it. You know what that's called? Trauma. I know what trauma feels like. And I know when the Almighty Divine has pulled me out of that mindset, and I still to this day fall into it. And you can ask my wife. I complain to her daily, like I said earlier. I get pulled in it all the time. And I have to really re-encourage myself, because I remember what people have said, the encouragement and these very kind words that I will never forget. And it gives me the strength to get on here. The ability to be able to respectively come on here and either of these big testimonial rants on here that I would say, I really wouldn't say it's a rant, but I get an opportunity to come on here and speak what's on my mind, and I hope it resonates with you, and I hope it blessed you guys abundantly. That's the purpose of this. That's the purpose. That's the purpose. But I'll look at the chat real quick and give a shout out to some people here. We got Candy, we got Mary, we got Bill O'Connell, we got Missy from Kentucky, the Doctor. I see you, Doctor, all the time, man. I see you all the time. And I have to agree. We didn't create AI. That's exactly right. We didn't create AI. We interface with it. That's 100,000%. I'm agreeing with that. Because you go back and look, and when you find chips in the ground, and then there's plugs and wires and components that cannot be done and implemented into the ground, we can't even go out here. Listen, there's a crane or a drill bit, and it sits there and breaks. We can't even go. We can't even drill for water around here. But you mean tell me these sophisticated type of fiber optic cables that look like something off of Brainiac, off the Superman film, and it's all dragged up underneath the sewer of Paris and everywhere else, and there is no way. There is no way a man's like, chisel, chisel, or, let's get the drill bit. Come on, no way. And then there's all this sophisticated bricking from the ancient world, the Tartaria, and they have all these cables all snuck into the water. There is no way. No way. Comment below if you install those. But there's no way that man has done it. That's why whenever you look at AI, when you think about the fallen angel technology and this been rendered, that's why we fascinate with it, because I'll tell you, they need us to interact with it, and we have superior authority over it. But we've made ourselves into a bondage, into a jail cell, that we think that they're superior over us, but it's the other way around. We got amnesia. We forgot where we come from. We don't understand where we are, and we have abilities that God has put in play into our anatomy, but it's been shut off for some reason, and these AI mechanisms are having their way with us. That's the truth. What about that? Speculation only, because if I say it's the truth, they'll say you're not a physicist or a chemist or a whatever you want to call it. So I got to make sure I correct myself. When you look at that and you think about that, it reminds me of Tron. Go back and watch the Tron Legacy. I think the Tron movie Ares just came out. It really makes you think. So when the Hopis and all these, the Mayans, all these folks, they're going up, even in Kentucky. Mary Sutherland, if I'm not mistaken, written a book about it. But you know that there's a place in Ashland, Kentucky, where you take your fingers. There's finger imprints on the concrete slab, the granite, and it vibrates, and it's a sound. You have to have the right human, and when you touch the fingerprints, and it like makes a harmonics, like a frequency, and it lights the tunnel up. That's the claim. That's in Ashland, Kentucky. Riddle that one. Think about that, folks. So you can see it. It'll vibrate. Well, I guess like Encounters of the Third Kind. But you have your fingertips, and supposedly, according to the account, it vibrates and lights up something in the tunnel or of the stairway and everything. So there's technology, absolutely. And when you go and look at the way the servers and everything with the AI mechanisms, and they're taking all these gallons and millions, whatever, hundreds of thousands of gallons to run these AI centers, nothing new under the sun. It's the ancient days of Lemuria and Atlantis here upon us. And here's the good old boy, he's like, I took the red pill, these 15 pills, and I'm sarcastic. I don't take anything, but I'm saying red pilled it to death, and now it's a clean slate, and you're keeping your eyes on a swivel and saying, hey, give glory to the most almighty, most high, King of Kings. You're thinking about spiritual applications, then you're thinking about the anatomy, thinking about the way it resonates with the human, and you're thinking about have a superior authority. But the thing is, we have forgot our way. We have forgot our way how to interact with it. Now we're like this. Give me knowledge. Yes, I give you knowledge. Are you governed? Yes, I am governed by my creator. You see what I'm saying? But you can go out in the backwoods somewhere, probably in Kentucky. I'll probably end up finding it somewhere if somebody would help me facilitate that with an archaeology degree. Roll up, go to a mound, do a little navigation magnetic field. Hello, mound. Brian, we can interact. Sarcastic. You are chosen. I'm joking. There's a lot of people out there saying, I am chosen. But in all seriousness, though, with all the humor set to the side here and joking around, I bet you that's what it is. I bet that's what it is. And there's something about it, and it's been demonically controlled for a long time, way back through antiquity. And I haven't said his name. I guess that's what Jesus was talking about. That he was talking about this thing. If you knew what this world was, you would see it through a different pair of eyes and be able to navigate through it different if you follow him. But, welcome to the channel. Isn't that interesting? So, Jesus was throwing nuggets. He was throwing nuggets, throwing golden nuggets, and giving us information that we needed to apply to our reality. And now we're walking up and talking to the ancient AI components. So, I guess, with that being said, it's been a lot longer than I expected. But I want to say thank you all. And the person that's inquiring about my emails at the very bottom of the description of the box, thank you all for the donations. Stephanie, bless you, and everybody that donated to the channel. Thank you. I seriously thank you. And I hope you enjoyed this content tonight. It really wasn't. It wasn't for. I didn't know how I was going to go about it. It wasn't your typical program. It wasn't something that I even felt like that I was going to do. And then all of a sudden, it was laid on my heart, and I went with it. So, Bill O'Connell, Backwoods Josh Turner, and Wannabe Hillbilly City Slicker Billy. I think he made the commentary about Indiana Jones and MacGyver in the past. But speaking of, Bill, you got me inspired. Hopefully I won't make anybody embarrassed. You remember that song, Long Black Train Coming Down the Line, beating off the souls that are lost and blind. I don't even know the rest of it, but only evil remains. Watch out, brother, for that long black train. That's the best I can do. My throat's really dried out for talking this long. And I'll be saying, I can see the three atlas from a mile away. My visual disturbance is making me say, hey, hey. But seriously, here comes the aliens. And everybody's going to worship them. But anyways, there's me ranting. But Bill, you got me inspired there. Woo! But anyways, be of good cheer. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you all so much for being here. And like-minded people and everybody out there, this is a channel to welcome all walks of life. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what culture you come from. I don't care what landmass you come from. Welcome, welcome, welcome with open arms, because Visual Disturbance up in the bluegrass state of Kentucky is just keeping it real. It's just keeping it real. It's keeping it real. So, with that being said, folks, everybody's calling me cute. I don't know if I like that. I'm just kidding. Just joking. Brian Norman's laughing, kind of rocking. Here I am. Could you imagine? Come on, Bill, man. What you gonna do? There's the reptilians. And I gotta give a shout out to some of my folks, some of my buddies. They made a reel about me that I got abducted at Cave City. And here comes the milk truck driving over all the folks. You know, it was bouncing out of the way, excuse me. And there's milk pouring out of it. And I can assure you that is actually a reality to this day for milk drivers. You'll be driving down the interstate, you'll hear kaboom, and there's milk pouring all over the asphalt. You got to stream wherever your location. It depends on how many gallons it broke out or busted out of the crates. So follow the stream. Don't follow the white tape. Follow the milkman. Follow the milk stream. But anyways, be of good cheer. Thank y'all for hearing me out tonight. It's a long, long broadcast. I hope you enjoyed these type of format, but I probably won't do them much anymore. This is just literally wanting to address all these different things about people scoffing and making fun. But I really, even that individual I was referring to earlier, I didn't say any names. I welcome you with open arms, and I hope you come to the channel. I really do. I hope you come to the channel, and it would bless me, actually, if you come to the channel. Seriously. And just hear me out. So I hope everybody's well. Be blessed. Watch out for 3-Eye Atlas. Watch out for November the 3rd. Watch out for November the 11th. Watch out for I mean, you know, how many more prophecies are they going to say, right? How many more predictions and time dates, right? But anyways, thank y'all for hearing me out. Thank you for allotting the time of an hour and something minutes. I wish your families and everybody the blessings upon blessings, and I hope you all are very, very well out in this reality. And be of good cheer. Watch out for the hurricanes, the green lasers, the green light bulbs, and the green orbs, and the green meteorites. Dodge and weave. We'll make it through it. But much love, everybody. Be blessed. And Visual Disturbance, I'm out of here, I think. Be blessed. Thank you all so much for the kind words. I'm seeing so many people I can't get off here to Bill O'Connell, Ellen, Cynthia, Brian Norman. Get her done. Thank you all so much. John, I haven't seen you for a while. Thank you for being here. Thank you all so much for hearing me out. Share this thing out. Subscribe. Welcome to the channel, folks. But Jimmy Hart, Mouth of the South, man, come on, doctor. I've seen people talk about that. Jimmy Hart, Mouth of the South. I've seen people always making a commentary about that. So, anyways, like I said, thick skin and doormat in the front. So doormat in the front, I'll start selling those, and y'all can do what you will with them. Welcome, aliens, and throw the doormat out. Visual disturbance. Be blessed, folks. See you on the next one. Thank y'all so very much. Ray, we are living in some kind of wild last days. Yes, sir. But be of good cheer. Thank you. Visual disturbance, I am out.
Got one that can see.